Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Adam with ND72. So as you see, I'm sitting with my Ml55. Last video we did some work on it. We thought we got it back on the road and then destroyed it. So today we're going to be pulling it in, find out what exactly broke and fix it. I got parts ordered. Let me show you how bad it is. So right now my Ml55 is dead in the water here. We have this interesting cable set up to a winch that I have drilled into the ground over there. I use it all the time, but usually not from this far out, but this truck will not drive. Let me show you. So right when you put it in gear, you'll probably hear it, but I don't want to do it too much. So it sounds like it's coming from the transfer case. So we had a few options on this, but I'm pretty sure my transfer case is destroyed. But first I want to pull it in the garage, and as you see, like, I put it in gear and will not move. So we got this whole winch set up. Cool thing about my winch that I have in my garage, it comes with a remote. So we're gonna try to pull this bad girl in without doing anything crazy. Let's see how it goes. So to give you a quick overview of my winching setup, I have a winch that I drilled into the concrete, had it for a while. I think 6 years. I bought it from Harbor Freight. We got a remote. Then we have it hooked up to our jump box to get power to it. Then it goes to this nice little steel cable, if you could see it on camera, over all my trash and my tires, to another very sketchy strap, to an okay strap that's sketchily ripping apart. So we're gonna see if this will pull it and how far I could get until I get that steel cable on there. So let's try this bad girl out. So we got everything moving. We're making progress. It's a little jerky, but we're moving. Look at us go. I'm just holding the button. Oh, probably should shut the door so I don't hit no cars. But I got the truck running, so I got the power steering, and we're gonna line this bad girl right up. Looking really effing good. Gonna do a quick check of our rig. So far, nothing snapped. We're looking pretty good. How's it looking over here on the winch? Okay, we definitely have one issue. We're kind of feeding it all on one way, so we'll have to watch on that. So we got it almost all the way in, but what I want to do is re-rig for the steel cable to be hooked right onto the ML, and then get rid of all this rigmarole, but it's done pretty good. So now we're just trying to get it perfectly lined up. All right, so we got it up. I want to just see if there's any cracks. Not really that I notice, but I'm 90% sure it's a transfer case. We'll put it in gear and see what happens. All right, we're up in the truck. Whew. Probably could shut that AC off. Just be very careful. See what happens in reverse. Oh, that's neutral. Durr. Ugh. Okay, Jesus. I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. So none of the wheels will even spin. In reverse, they'll spin. That is 100% the transfer case. All right, so now we gotta make a decision. Definitely a transfer case is destroyed in there. I'll look up to see if there's a rebuild kit, but I really doubt it. I have two options that I prefer. I'm going to check on eBay and check at a few other junkyards for a warranted transfer case factory, and then see how much it is to actually do the Jeep Wrangler one. I want to see which one's going to be cost to fix it and timely, because it's coming up to hurricane season, and that's when I use this Jeep or this truck a lot, my ML. So I don't want to be sitting there waiting months to get all the parts to do the Wrangler swap. So we'll see what the cost is and all that, and if I get a warranty on a factory one, because you gotta remember, I had this truck for what, like 3-4 years. It's got 200,000 miles on it. I beat the living F out of it going off-road and everything. So it finally giving up, okay, I bet another factory one will last me 50,000 miles, and that'll work for me. So we'll check online, we'll make that decision. I do want to rip this transfer case apart in this video and see what actually broke on it. But we're going to look for parts and we'll be right back at it. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we got the ML up on the lift. We're going to drain it out, all the fluid, because I don't want to make a mess when I pull this bad boy out and start dissecting it. I don't want to dump transmission fluid everywhere. So we're going to drain it out really quick. We might see some cool carnage, some metal coming out of there. This should be pretty easy. It's just a 3/8 drive ratchet that should pull it right back out. But I'm going to go under there and make sure it's not an Allen. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh, yeah, it's right. So here's the drain. So we don't care about, normally first you're going to deal with the fill plug, which is right over here. But since this transfer case is trashed, I'm just going to start draining and get all this fluid out. So this should just be a 3/8 drive ratchet that will go in. That should go in, see? Perfectly, like so. So we'll put a bucket under here and see what actually carnage comes out. All right, we got our bucket already. Let's see what actually comes out of this bad girl, what kind of carnage we get from a nice blown up transfer case. All right, this is supposed to be red, by the way, guys. That's pretty effing burnt. Oh my God, it stinks. Oh, that's stinky. I don't really see no shiny metal. Let's see what the magnet, let's shut the light off of it though. Nope, the magnet's not pulling anything, so it's not too metally. I wonder what broke in there. Oh, I got metal. Let me show you guys. All right, let's see if we get a good shot for you guys. If you could see, can you see right in here? Like, look at. Let's see if we can get you a good shot of that. Nice shiny metal. There's a lot in there, it looks like. Let's see if I can get you the light, if it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys to see. No, that kind of kills your vision. But no, there is quite a bit of metal in there. Like, I'm pulling out chunks right now. Look at that's a good chunk. Let's try to. There's a nice chunk of something. Oh, that is sharp. Look at that. Definitely something exploded in there. I can't wait to see it. All right, we're going to put the drain plug back in and start gutting this bad girl out. We'll see what actually is coming out. But this fluid was 100% burnt. I'm going to measure how much is in here. I think it was a little bit low too. But we got some nice new oil coming once we put this new bad girl in. All right, so we're going to start first is support your transfer case. I got my little jack over there. And then you're going to start removing the cross member, which is going to have the mounts on it. So I got that supported a little bit. So what you're going to have is 16 millimeter bolts. You're going to have 4 of them, 1, 2 on that side and 1, 2 on that side. I started knocking them loose because they were kind of like on there hard. So as whiz those bad girls off, then you're going to come over here and you're going to have bolts right through there, right through there. Take those out and you get this whole cross member out, you're going to have a lot more room. All right, now that you got that out of the way, you can see how much more access you have. So first I'm going to do the front drive shaft, which these are 16-inch bolts. So you could either do it with a socket or a ratchet. One recommendation, put the truck in neutral. That way you can rotate these around. So I'm going to start knocking out what I can, then put it in neutral and rotate around and get rid of this front drive shaft. All right, now you got to work on get the rear one out, which these are 6mm Allens. So how I have my wrench is kind of weird. I probably could get an electric one right over here and whiz it out, which I'm probably going to do. Get all these out, same way you got the front. And then also make sure before you lower anything, disconnect the whole transmission or the transfer case selector. But these should come out pretty easily and they pop right out. Remember, there's clips right here. So let's get it all out together. All right, next, you have these 8s. So my transfer case, the one they shipped me, came from here back. So I'm going to disassemble it from here, which these are a series of 8s. They're pretty long bolts. They really do suck. They go all the way around. Some go this way, some go that way. So you're definitely going to need, like that one right there, a ratcheting wrench to do this. So get an 8 ratcheting wrench. Just work at it. Also, make sure you have the transfer case secured like I don't right now, because nothing else is holding it. So secure it. So I'm going to move my jack under here while I start taking these out, because then it should start falling. All right, so now I'm at the point I got the last bolt. Now we are getting some fluid coming out of this area, so I got my bucket there. I got a ratchet strap kind of holding it just in case something happens. I'm really hoping this one, if it does slip out and crack and hit the floor, this is the old one, but I'm just being really careful. I'm not too confident where I put the ratchet strap though. But we're doing the last bolt, and you can see it just kind of like separating of how I have everything. So also, do the last bolts for the bottom, because they're the easiest ones to grab. Those top ones effing suck. So, I'm just going to keep working at this bad girl. And then there should be some dial pins that are holding it, so we just got to push it backwards and it's splined in. So I'm hoping I got a pretty good setup over here. Also, my bolts are really hard to get out because I have all this grime and crap in here. So let's see how hard this is going to be, and hopefully nothing sketchy happens. Where's the pry bar? Here we go. So I want to lower it down. Oh, that came pretty effing easily out. All right, now we're just going to lower this bad girl. That wasn't too bad. Now I'm pretty sure I have a line up top I have to undo, like a bleeder line. So I think that's on the driver's side. Yeah, I do, but I don't know where it goes, so let's just be careful. So I'm hooked on something right now. Oh, I see what I did. I backed up into the drive shaft. So I'm actually hooked on the drive shaft, so let me get that out of there. All right, we got that stupid drive shaft off. When you get the drive shaft out the first time, zip tie it up or something, because mine just perfectly dropped in and it was kicking my booty. So now we're going to make sure we don't got nothing else up there. And we're coming down now. Whew. All right. Now let's get it away from the car and actually pull it out and see what's going on. Okay, so it's the next day. This is the old transfer case. I want to take it apart and actually see what got destroyed in it. So we got it up on the table, and as you can see, so this is the part that goes from the transmission, so basically the input of it. When this spins, it's supposed to spin this part of it. And it does a little bit, if you could listen. See how I'm spinning one without the other? It is making a horrible grinding noise. And it doesn't even spin the other side. That basically is going to go for the front wheels. So something's destroyed in here. So we're going to start by taking this bad girl apart. It should be a few T40s that go all the way around, so it's going to whiz them apart. Alright, now that we got all the bolts off, we're going to find some place to kind of pry it and bang it, just to split this, because it is silicone. Alright, so we got it basically split, so let's keep opening this bad girl and see what's inside of it. Ooh, stuff is falling out already. Let's see if I can get you a good angle. And oh crap, it stinks. We did end up taking that little bolt out. I don't know if it would be better to flip it on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, because I want to flip it up, I'm going to take this motor off for the transfer case. Now I am going to save this motor because it still was working. Oh, that's not going to work. That just dropped all this other crap. Oh well. Just keep separating. Wow. Let me show you. Wow, you could just see, like, I got chunks. Let's see what actually broke. So this should be the selector. This got some metal on it. Let's put that to the side. This has metal all throughout it. The bearings seem fine. I mean, they probably got metal chunks in them now, but oh, this one's a little seized up. That bearing won't move. Let's get that on the floor. So the chain didn't break. I actually thought the chain might have snapped. No, these chains are pretty effing robust. So we got all the chains. The gears are coming off pretty nicely. let's see what actually broke. I never took one of these apart. So the chain seems fine. Geez, these big sprockets, they seem fine. No teeth are missing from them. That seems pretty good. This is, if I remember, this is the planetary gear set. Let's see if I can know how to pull this off. Ooh, ooh, wait, whoa, whoa. There we go. There's a nice chunk of something. Planetary gear set is, well, I don't really know if it's supposed to be pulling out like that. I think it's supposed to stay one piece. Let me try to get this bad girl off. Might have to do it with a little pry bar in two hands. All right, this is definitely what broke. The planetary gear set. You could just hear it's just, here's a shaft. It is just destroyed in here. Like, you are not supposed to have, like, all that play. So this stuff is just grenaded inside. It literally, there's a chunk right here, a chunk missing of it. So I bet once one piece went, another chunk missing over here. Geez, you see that? So it's supposed to be like this, and you have chunks missing that just then threw stuff all around. So it seems like what fails on these is the planetary gear set, for mine at least. I probably could take this apart more. Well, like, it's not supposed to be that loose, but let's see what else is happening. So here's the fork selector, I'm pretty sure. Let's see how far I can pull this bad girl down. Let me see. That bearing seems okay. Here's the one for the, oh my god, like, there's just metal and just crap. So here's one of the magnets that are supposed to catch all the debris. Oh, it caught some debris. Holy crap. This stuff is just grenaded in here. Oh, there's the filter. That's covered in stuff. Let's see how far back I can pull this out without any tool. All right, so this has like a little snap ring that I could just do by hand, it looks like. Will this whole piece come out now? Oh, yeah, I think it will. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. I don't really know how these come off. Let me get a little pry bar in there. Yeah, she's coming. Yep, there you go. So look at that. All right. Well, that just all fell off my hand. My bad. And then here's the other planetary. Wow, you can just see there's more metal. Like, there's crap just everywhere. Here's the other planetary. This one seems fine. I don't really know how to get that one out. Oh yeah, there's another snap ring right there. But that one seems okay. That's moving nicely. There's just metal everywhere. So looking at all the other gears and all the other shafts, they don't look that bad. That one fell out. I'm not really seeing any other teeth missing. Other bearings seem okay. Alright, so we're working on separating this planetary gear set. All I'm doing is taking a pry bar, because this thing's already damaged, and just like banging it in there to separate it. This is not the proper way, but it is releasing it. At least I think it is. Alright, we got the outer casing off of this. I think I should be able to pull out these gears now and see what else broke. So this main gear, nothing really, no real, oh yeah, it is. It literally took all the teeth. Now that I look at it, can you see the, like, literally the angle of that? So it sheared off all these. That's why maybe I was catching a little bit, so it would catch on those. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And then you go with, let's see if I get this center one out. I think I gotta get like a perfect combination to get it to go through the other ones. Can I get you out? No, I'm never going to get that combination, but holy crap, I can see all these other little gears are destroyed. Let me show you. You could just see, like, that one isn't, oh yeah, look, you're missing a tooth there. You got over here, this one you're just all effed up, like, because it's supposed to be like this, pretty tight, from my understanding. Or maybe one of them's supposed to be tight, but even this, like, look, you're missing a tooth there. You're missing, like, 2 or 3 teeth there. Same with this one, you're missing a few teeth there. You are just so mangled up with this. So this planetary gear, destroyed. That planetary gear seems okay. That bearing is probably seized up. Like, you can definitely feel play. So this might be a little bit salvageable, but I don't know how much parts actually cost. Now over here is my new to me used one, and it looks pretty good. Like I just made it effing dirty by touching it, but everything spins easily. Like you see that spins there, that spin there. That's how it's supposed to go. So everything spins freely when I do the input part of that. So that's the one we're going to be using. I'm going to go through the parts on it and see what's still good and wrap them and store them just in case I ever do blow another one. I know I get like, ooh, I got a chain, I got this, I got that. But majority of this is going to be trash. Maybe the casing will be good, but it's going to need a really good cleaning. If anyone wants these parts, hit me up. If anyone wants some of my damaged stuff, I'll send it to them. Just let me know. But in a little bit, it's probably going to start going to the scrap, and I'm just going to strip it down for parts. But now, let's pull out our brand new one, get it all prepped, and start putting that bad girl back in. It's going to be basically straightforward, except a lot of alignment. So we'll knock that out. Should be the same tools, same everything. All right, so we got it all back in. No real trick, no nothing. Just the same way you took it out, the same way you put it back in. But one thing we are going to do is I'm going to drain this used new transfer case just to make sure there's nothing crappy in there. Then we'll put the new fluid in. Pretty straightforward. Like you said, there's the drain and there's the fill. All right, let's get that out. Looks pretty black. It's supposed to be red. Not the best sign, but I don't see no metal or no nothing. And it spun freely, so we should be good. This should take 2 quarts. And then everything should be pretty good. So the fill is literally right over here. We'll fill this bad girl out. We're probably going to give it a good flush. We got 5 quarts, so I'm probably going to pump it all out. Try to clean everything. Alright, so we got it all filled up with the oil and everything. I had the battery charged when we fired this bad girl up. Now we're going to try to put it in gear and see if it makes any noises. Try reverse. Seems fine. Drive, no clunking noise. Let's try to move forward and back a little bit. Oop. She's moving. It sounds really quiet too. Oh yeah, I think we're good. Alright, we got a few lights on just because there was batteries that were dead and all that stuff. I'll reset all that, but let's try to make sure it'll actually go into low too. Put it in neutral. Yeah, you could hear it lock in, and it goes. Go reverse. Yeah, she's moving fine. Let's put it back in normal. See if you can hear the click. Yeah, you hear it click in. That might have been a little loud, but let me try that again. Alright, clicks. A little noisy. So the Ml55 is all done. The transfer case wasn't that bad to do. Now we drove around the block. We didn't do any hardcore off-roading yet. Because one thing I do want to do, I do want to flush out that transfer case a little bit. Just because the fluid's pretty effing cheap. So we'll put a couple, maybe under 1,000, couple hundred miles on there. And then I'm going to flush it out again. Just in case there's anything I want to try to catch the metal before I blow it up or destroy anything else. But all in all, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. This has a 6-month warranty on the transfer case I got. So, as long as I don't break it, after the 6 months, it probably is still going to be pretty good. My truck had over 200,000 miles on it before I broke it. So, hopefully this one does good. If I break this one, then I might be going with the upgraded Jeep Wrangler one. We'll see about that. But until then, hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully you like the channel. Hopefully you guys like a lot more of the M163, Ml55, Ml500, that whole category of stuff. And I'll keep making some videos. Tell me what other mod you guys want me to do with it. Tell me suggestions about a different transfer case setup. And I'll catch you guys later.